Most people love with strategy. They don't call it that, of course. They call it care, compatibility, devotion. But beneath the gestures, beneath the rituals of connection, something else is often humming. Calculation, subtle, shaping, an unconscious pursuit of control. This is the love that says, if I give it this way, I will be seen. If I reveal this much, I will be chosen. If I hold back just enough, I won't be left. Now, this isn't manipulation, it's protection. It's the architecture of survival built into the act of love, especially by those who were once loved conditionally or perhaps not even at all. Strategy appears kind, it appears thoughtful, it appears intentional, but the intention is not always pure presence. The intention is often outcome. And the moment outcome enters love, you are no longer loving, you are negotiating, loving for safety, loving to be mirrored, loving to avoid abandonment, loving so that love will be returned in a form that you can recognize. But the man who's done the work no longer builds or maintains relationships like this, because strategy has no place inside a coherent field. To love without strategy requires you to confront every place inside you that was trained once to love as a transaction. But every time you gave more than you had just to be enough, every time you withheld just to be safe, every time you reshaped yourself just to keep the thread alive, every time you shrunk so they would feel big enough to stay. These things, this is not just romantic love, this is also friendship, this is brotherhood, business, family. Love without strategy is not about grand gestures, it's about energetic honesty. It's not about how much you give, but about what you expect in return, even if you don't say it aloud, even if you're not consciously aware of these unspoken expectations, because even unspoken expectations distort the field. Most people are not taught how to love cleanly. They're taught how to perform intimacy. They're taught how to bond through mutual or individual need. They're taught how to earn affection by being useful, agreeable, impressive, or safe. But usefulness is not love. Impressiveness is not love. Being chosen is not proof that you're seen. And so the man who steps into coherence must unlearn every layer of love that was laced with fear. He must love not because he's being loved back, but because it's true in the moment. And if that moment passes, he doesn't punish, chase, or withdraw. He simply lets go. Not in bitterness, in clarity. That's the hardest part. Loving without need. Loving without shaping. Loving without offering a single version of yourself that's designed to keep them close to you. It requires a level of self-trust that most men were never taught. But this is the only love that is truly sovereign. Love without strategy may seem unromantic. It may seem dispassionate, but it's actually more intimate than anything you've ever known because it doesn't lean, it doesn't require performance, it does not distort. It says instead, this is my truth. This is what I feel, not to make you stay, not to make you love me back, but because it's what is real in me right here and right now. And if the other cannot meet you there, you do not shrink, you do not contort, you do not ask, what's wrong with me? You allow them to walk, and you remain still whole, still clear, still loving, because love was never a strategy for connection. It was a signal of your presence. This is not passive. This is not cold. This is not numb. This is a man who has learned how to hold his heart without outsourcing its safety. A man who can remain in love even when the other closes, not as martyrdom, but as coherence, because he understands that loving is not about being chosen. It's about remaining true to what's alive inside him without twisting it into performance. This is the love that teaches not by advice, but by signal, the love that no longer breaks itself to be received, the love that is not earned, simply offered, cleanly, completely, and without demand. If this feels unfamiliar, you're not broken. You're simply waking up from centuries of love as transaction. You're remembering what it means to love without defense, without negotiation, without needing to be reflected to remain rooted. And from this place, every relationship becomes a mirror, not of your worth, but of your clarity. The ones who can meet you will feel like home. The ones who cannot will feel distant, no matter how close their words. And still, you will remain loving, not because you need to be loved, but because you finally are. This is The Architect Speaks.